We'll call to order the August 13th, 2013 meeting of the Transportation Committee. Would everyone please stand for the invocation and remain standing by the pledge? And tonight that will be given by members of Troop 769th of the Boy Scouts of America, members Nathaniel, Jeremiah, and Jock.
Please bow your heads in a moment of prayer. Tonight we would like to pray for all our troops overseas and fighting for our country. We would like to pray for the economic growth of our state and our parish.
We would like to pray that all students and teachers have a good, safe school year this year.
Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank y'all, guys.
Thank you very much, guys. Y'all come back. That was great. Roll call, Madam Secretary. Please note that Councilman Lambert had to work. Public comment period. Anyone wishing to speak on an agenda item, please sign in with the Secretary, and you'll be given time when that agenda item comes up. We'll move on to agenda item number 4, the Road Department Monthly Report. Mr. Pierce?
Yes, sir. In the recycling area, a total of 4.31 tons of recyclable materials were collected at the monthly road show held at Walmart in Prairieville. And so far this year, a total of 24.88 tons of recyclable materials have been collected at the Walmart road show. A total of 14.24 tons of recycled materials were collected at DPW site in July. And so far this year, a total of 98.4 tons of recyclable materials have been collected at DPW. Just for a reminder, for the roadshow is held every first Saturday at the Walmart in Prairieville. So the next one will be held Saturday, September the 7th. For the DPW work orders, ditches and culverts, 243 total work orders were processed. 13,490 feet of ditches were cleaned. 6,215 feet of culverts were blown out. 178 miles of ditches cut. And 155.5 miles of ditches were sprayed. For the lot and litter violations, processed, 21 complaints were received and processed by DPW. 6 were cut by contractors. 5 lien requests submitted to finance for the month of July. 6 lots were cut by the owners, and 2 were cut by the DPW crew. 7 lots are due for re-inspections. The litter violations processed, 6 litter violation complaints were received and processed by DPW. 4 debris areas were cleaned by the owners. 1 debris area was cleared by the DPW crew, and 1 is due for re-inspection. That concludes my report for August.
Any committee members? Yes, Ms. Cazzo.
Mr. Pierce, I just want to thank you on behalf of the citizens who live and access Highway 621 off of Eads Road. We had an issue in that area where 18-wheelers were parking on a state-owned piece of lay-down property. I was able to reach out to Mr. Pierce, ask him for help to stop that from happening. It obstructs the view of those folks who are entering Highway 621 from Eads Road, and got tremendous cooperation from you and your department, and signage has been placed there to prohibit that parking, as well as each one of those truckers was notified by letter on their vehicle that they needed to not park there. So I thank you for responding very much. I want to let everybody know that if you need him, call him. He'll help you.
Thank you very much. It was a team effort. We coordinated that with our staff and also with DOTD. So thank you for your kind comments.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Any other questions? Thank you, Ms. Pierce. We'll move on to agenda item number 5, road project status. Mr. Taylor, Chief Engineer.
Hi there. Starting with Parish projects, Roddy Road widening is still waiting for projects to be submitted to the MPO for STP greater than 200K. Church Point at Roddy Roundabout, the right-of-way acquisition is in progress, and we're targeting late summer of 2013. That has not changed. For the 2012 maintenance project, just to let you know, they're about to head over to Donaldsonville. They are moving along on that. And a separate agenda item for Carla Drive to be added as well. Roddy Road at Cannon Roundabout. This is something that came about due to us requesting funding from the local road safety program with LSU and DOTD. We got approved for $500,000 in reimbursable funds, and in order to receive those funds, we have to do a DOTD regulated roundabout study. So what we're doing right now is that roundabout study. Parker Road at 929 roundabout, we have 10 separate RFQs on this. We are right now doing the contractor selection committee and getting that ready to go. We expect to select the contractor sometime mid-September. We also got another local road safety program reimbursable funds grant, however you want to put that, for signing our horizontal curves. We buy the signs, then they reimburse us for them, and that's close to $100,000. The Highway 42 sewer and the Highway 73 sewer remains basically where it was at last time. They had to, on Highway 73, they had to go back and redo some of the sewer improvements there due to them being placed at the wrong elevation. State projects. The 61 overlay from 22 to 74, as I stated last time, was basically complete. They still have not completed that project out due to some clearing and some cleaning of the work site, but it's basically complete. 431 intersection improvements. They're installing the ground utilities. The parish is Ascension Parish is relocating 4 home sewer lines for that project right now. And they're anticipating completion of that project in November 2013. The sewer line relocation should be done in the next couple of weeks. LA 42 widening project, clearing and grubbing sewer, and it's still not let, actually. LA 73 widened from I-10 to Airline Highway. We're currently completing, I just was mentioning the sewer, anticipated completion March 2014. I do expect that to be pushed back a little bit due to some of the issues that are coming up. LA 431 and Gold Place turn lanes, that's still in design. LA 3089 roadway lighting, this is This is the project that should have been completed last month. It has slowly been pushed back each month. The contractor has started actually putting in the lighting. An LA 39 overlay from LA 70 to LA 1 is very nearly complete. It's 93% complete. That's it.
Yes, Mr. Lambert.
Yeah, where we at on the failure on Roddy, on the widening project between 621 and 931? They had a failure, several failures.
Yes, sir. It's right now we've just received the testing results from our independent tester. We are currently in negotiations with the contractors as to how we will proceed on this.
What did they find? Did they find anything?
They found the colloquial name for it is red mud. I believe the scientific name is piezoolite. It's a spent bauxite material that reacts to water and sulfur and calcium that causes an expansion. It's very difficult to detect, but
Same thing as fluorite.
it's very close to fluorite. Has similar. It's red, but it has similar reactions. It's a different color. It has a different texture whenever you're dealing with it. But our testers had to actually reach in. They couldn't core the road. They had to actually reach in and grab it to test it. They only got about 6 inches of core.
What is going to be the fix for that road since
I can't answer that
Don't know
question.
yet.
I'm hoping within the next
they
couple
got
of
to dig
weeks.
it all up? deep?
I'm
talking about as far
you
as
asked
the
me what?
repair.
Not you asked me when or what?
The fix, what it's going to take to fix it? You know,
Okay,
what is the, what are you going to have to do? You got to dig it up deep and get all that out of there?
There's a couple
cut
of
it
ways
in
to
solid
fix
cement?
it. The most expensive way to do it is to dig out the 3 feet to 4 feet deep of that and then redo it. There's a couple of other ways of doing it where you can. I've been talking to a couple of different engineering firms about this. You can take out 18 inches of the material and then lay asphalt 12 to 18 inches and then just lay asphalt to make a cap over the material. There's dams along the side to keep water from coming in. None of the solutions are cheap. I will say that.
We had the same problem on the south end of Roddy Road when they did it several years back. Same issue, and they dug it up and put a lot of asphalt in it. But it gives you a patch on your road, and then you got a brand new $3 or $4 million road. Now you got patches all over it, and you feel them when you go on.
I got a quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
That material that you're talking about, is that a specified fill material? Is it an acceptable fill material?
I really don't have the expertise to answer that question properly. My best answer to you is no, but I would have to defer to a proper asphalt firm for that. But I do not think it is an acceptable material. Everything I've read says no.
Mr. President?
You know, I think we've got some estimates of about $115,000
Price.
cost-wise, price-wise. And bauxite, that road's been notorious for bauxite, and notorious for gypsum, you know, so it's, every time we've done, I think, if we do another section, when we're gonna do an inspection and take course, we need to do it a lot closer than we have been doing inspection on that one. I think right now we've been doing them 1,000 feet, so you could miss some.
Definitely.
So, you know, we do the next section through, like, we'll do it maybe every month. I think we save money, it costs money to do it, but we probably save money, ultimately.
Yeah, and I know you didn't have the microphone close, but basically you saying that you feel like on the next phase, instead of doing your sampling, your core sampling every 1,000 feet, you can move it in and do a lot more, where you can see that notorious old material that's been in there for years when it shows up.
Nobody knew back in the day when we could get this stuff free. You could get bauxite sometimes, or Met gave bauxite, and then we, gypsum at one time, fluorite, whatever you want to call it, was okayed by DOTD. It was as a material that we could use, and then when we found out that it
Don't mix
has a
with
chemical
salt
reaction when you mix it with salt cement, then we quit using it. DOTD actually quit using it also. So basically, I think Roddy Road is one of those roads that a lot of that material was put on, and I mean, as Todd said earlier, I recall on the south side we had several failures there also. So it's just a road we're gonna have to watch.
Yeah, just on the state projects, I apologize. Ms.
Whenever
Castle,
you're
go
finished.
ahead.
Whenever you're
I could go
finished.
on all night, so you might as well go.
Well, thank you for that, Randy. I wanted to go back to the Highway 73 project and ask you for a little bit more detailed information on what is happening there, just for the benefit of the public, and certainly for my working knowledge. So what kind of delay are we looking at?
I'm honestly not sure if there's going to be a delay. It's just my opinion that it's going to be delayed due to some of the utilities and the utility relocates, as well as the sewer line issues that have been happening there. There was a good bit of sewer that was laid by the contractor that our inspector, thank goodness he was there, found the mistake. We had our survey crew go out, survey it. We let DOTD know. Barber Brothers admitted that it may be wrong, and to their credit, fixed it all. But that caused a delay. There are 15 houses approximately that were not accounted for in the original survey, that their sewer line runs to LA 73. So now we have to account for those as well, and that's going to cause some delays. I'm working closely with Sigma Consulting to get a design for that, and hopefully we can get that resolved fairly quickly. I don't think it's going to necessarily delay it too much, but March 2014 is coming up fairly quickly.
Unrealistic?
Maybe.
Well, the long-suffering members of that community will appreciate knowing that, this was an issue that we have caught, made the effort to fix, and not at the expense of the parish.
It would have caused maintenance nightmares had we not caught this.
Not having 15 houses accounted for would be also a tough deal to connect. Not having the 15 houses would be tough to connect after the fact, so it would be a lot easier to go ahead and put the connections in now.
I'm absolutely no engineer. So how do we not know that 15 houses have sewer going to the,
I asked
So-
the same question. I didn't, I don't know. I can't answer the question. I wasn't there whenever they did the selection. I can guess that, that there are ditches on the sides of those properties that allow, that may have allowed for the sewer to drain that way, and they just assumed they were draining that way, but I can't answer the question.
We didn't hire the engineers, DOTD hired the engineers.
Absolutely.
Basically, we pay for them, but they hired to do the
That's-
entire project, and sometimes they don't catch these things. As he said, they may have been, the tail lines might have been going into a side ditch rather than going to the main ditch, and
or it was assumed
Yes.
that they were going into a
Right.
side ditch and not into
correct.
And whenever you dig out the road, you find them.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you elaborating. I think
Yes,
we
ma'am.
have an intelligent constituency in that area, and lots of engineers who live around there. And certainly they can understand better if we elaborate on, what the delays are. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I think on the 73 project, just briefly, I mean, I have to drive it every now and then, is that it takes a long time to get the groundwork done, sewer in, and all that base work, to build a good road project. So everybody's being burdened by that type of drudgery, and, as things that are underground that you don't always see, you don't know. So, once they get out of get the ditches filled and get out the ground, they're gonna see some improvements moving a lot swifter fashion there.
The main thing, they were restricted because they didn't buy right away, and they really have a tight workspace to work within, and I think that's causing them a nightmare at this point.
Yeah.
But hopefully in the future, and of course they got live oak trees that they have to deal with, and those type things.
Terry, you got anything else?
I'm good. Thank you for the
All right.
more information.
On the LA 431 intersection improvements, we really appreciate all that's going on. It's fixing to be a headache for the folks that travel down. Tommy, you can't get out your house in the morning or get in it in the evening, you know, but
School hasn't helped that.
it's gonna, and now school's in. We talked to DOTD approximately a year ago and talked about the schedule and you know, school. And that they thought at that time that they would have at least the intersection at 935 worked in there. And I'm sure they ran into the same kind of issues. That's pretty massive intersection improvement right there. And they had some land issues and business issues and things they had to work through. So 431's not gonna be real happy to travel up and down for a while they're doing it. And once it's done, it's gonna be a definite improvement. And but I appreciate it, and like I said, for us to only have, 4 home sewer lines, that's not a lot.
It's not
So,
bad.
I think that the nightmare is gonna come when they start working on the one at Airline,
Yeah.
the turn lane there, because that's traffic backs up every morning if you ever had occasion to utilize it.
I travel it every morning, and that is gonna be, but if it turns out as good as the one at 22 and Airline, it's worth the problem for a while, you know? So everybody just gotta understand traffic safety, and I know if we travel down 431, there's rarely an occasion that you can actually travel 55 miles an hour. So, you know, the lower speeds, it's gonna just get a little bit lower for a while. The Gold Place turn lane, I see you got, you stating it's in design and DOTD preparing contract for design. Can you, it's basically, have they let the design out yet? Or are they preparing the contract for the design?
I can't answer the question.
Okay, that's
sorry.
We can get
I'll
that
give
from
an answer for you.
DOTD. That's
This is I copy these straight off of the report that I get. So,
not a problem. I just want to let everybody know, the public know, that that the Gold Place was not part of the original, you know, remind everybody, we talk about that every now and then. It didn't fit into the specifications of some of the original lanes. But through the work of the administration, y'all got it in on DOTD. Yes, Mr. President.
Well, you know, Ben worked very hard on getting that off the ground. They had it pretty much in limbo for quite a while.
Yeah.
And the problem was that we wanted to include the Cannon Road side as well as the Gold Place side. So I think that it's going to be a great project once it's done. And I think they probably have already selected a consultant, but they're just negotiating the contract.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Any other questions? Thank y'all. We'll move along to agenda item number 6, recommendation for the addition of Carla Drive to the 2012 road maintenance project, project number ENG-11-050, due to imminent failure. Ms. Taylor? Anybody, whoever would DPW, whoever wants.
Well, Moose, do you want to take this? Do you want me to take this? I'll take it. The road at Carla Drive, it was brought to our attention by a constituent that it was failing. Our inspectors went out and determined that yes, the road was falling apart. So it was asked to put Carla Drive as quickly as possible on this particular on our particular road rehab project due to this fact. We still are under our original budget on this with this addition, and I think it's the right thing to do.
Okay. Yes, sir, and that's in Councilman Johnson's district, I believe. Can y'all give me an exact location? I believe it's off of 44.
It's 44 north
might be in
of north of Ralph's grocery store. If you're heading toward Dutchtown or Prairieville, it's on your right.
Okay. Yes, sir, Mr. Lambert.
I don't have a problem with that, but, you know, there was a procedure that we was going by. Where was this road in that list of road failures?
It was
Just
next.
because
It
we're
was next
saying all
year.
of a sudden we found a failure, was it there? Was it the next road, or was it?
We have calculated.
Right.
We have calculated profiles for how these things are going to degrade. They're not based on our soil conditions here in Ascension Parish. We are calibrating that as we go through each of these, inspections on the roads. So what happens is that some of these roads will degrade quicker than the other ones. This one happened to degrade faster than we anticipated.
And is it a dead-end road or a through road?
It is a dead-end road.
And say, that's one of my big questions too. I've been having a little section on Cannon Road from the bridge to Roddy Road that's traveled heavily, and it's a safety issue and everything else, and yet we keep putting a lot of roads in front of it. We got extra money. I want to look at that part. We had money in the budget for it years ago, and it never did get, you know.
I
Completed.
just found out that we actually have money in for Cannon Road on our
Okay.
budget. I should have known that a couple of
Okay.
months ago, but
But it's
when we went through our
heavily
finance and budget
populated
for
road,
next
and
year.
I just don't want to leave it out, you know, because
know.
it is tore up.
It's,
The money never disappeared. The money was
Well, I know.
there, and then the culverts were put in on that other section, and that was set, and then, you know, it does need to be overlaid, especially we did some work at the intersection, but
Yeah.
I rode down that road Saturday, and the sides from
Caving in.
44 coming to Roddy Road, the sides are
Oh, yeah,
collapsing, and I don't know what you do, it's so narrow, and it's not that the road is bad, it's just that the sides are collapsing.
Now, that section, we still have cupboards to put in,
yes, sir.
on the part coming from 44. I'm talking about from Roddy to the bridge, is the section that I'm talking about.
Going toward 431 from Roddy
That's it.
Road,
It's about 600 feet.
Where we put the pipe in,
where you
correct?
put the pipes in.
Yeah.
I was talking on the other side.
Yeah, the other side, we got money supposed to be in the budget to repair, throw some covers in that ditch where we can keep that road from falling off.
It's crumbling.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because it's so narrow too.
That's the road that we had proposed year before last, one way.
But anyway, that section is bad, I admit, but it's not near about as bad a shape as what happened with this road. But it just
Totally failed. I mean, it was nothing there. And so, you know, in that situation, we just thought that it would be best to go ahead and address that issue at this point.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
we-
just looking at the safety issues on Cannon. It's bad.
And we of course, I guess, since you've got an imminent failure on it, that we will core it and see how much, whatever we got under that bauxite, floor light.
It's floor
or
light.
some good old-fashioned clay, whichever one. Floor light, huh?
It's floor light.
Yeah, buddy.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Mr. J, just next time if you have something like that, can we have some pictures in our package or something? That would make it a whole lot easier for us to understand what type of failure we're talking about. And, you know, visual always will help us,
Yes, sir.
okay? I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And just a quick note, Ricky may know, about how long is the road?
800 feet.
Okay.
It's 10, 12 houses.
Okay,
So
That's good.
about 500 or 600 feet, maybe.
all right. Well, the chair would entertain a motion.
Motion.
We have a motion by Mr. Joseph,
Second.
second by Ms. Cazzo. Any opposition? Any further discussion? Motion passes, this road be added. We'll move along to agenda item number 7, discussion of road acceptance into the parish maintenance system as follows. Ricky DeOrman.
Yeah, it's time, the bond runs out on these roads next month, so we always take notice on the 11th month of a 12-month bond. But I'm gonna go back into this because Keystone second filing was one of the filings we had problems with.
Yes.
Where the curves were rolling. The contractor's engineer, or the owner's engineer and our engineer got together, came up with a plan to go forward with. That plan was completed, and they posted another bond. So actually, second filing was being looked at for a 3-year period, and the road's holding up pretty good. Third filing, they extended that bond. It was a 1-year bond. It had the same problems. They fixed it, and it extended another year, but the bond's about to run out. So our recommendation is to accept them because the work that was done seems to be working out pretty good.
So
The
it's-
road's in pretty good shape.
So it's good for you, huh, Ricky?
Yep.
You all right with it? That's the roads that's where we had the
Curb
sewer
was-
inverts.
Right, well,
going
curb was
down and-
rolling
and
bec-
undermining the road.
Right.
All right. I guess I gotta ask this question again. Do we have to accept these one at a time?
Yes.
I think we did. The chair would accept the motion for Keystone of Galvez, second filing, Goldstone Avenue.
So move.
We have a motion by Mr. Lambert, second by Mr. Joseph. Any opposition? Motion passes. Need a motion for Keystone Galvez, second filing, Cedarstone Avenue.
So move.
We have a motion by Mr. Joseph,
Second.
second by Mr. Lambert. Any discussion? Any opposition? Motion passes. Need a motion for Keystone of Galvez, second filing, Roadstone Drive.
Motion. Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Lambert, second by Ms. Cazzo. Any discussion? Any opposition? Motion passes. Need a motion for Keystone of Galvez, second filing, Eaglestone Drive.
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion by Ms. Cazzo, second by Mr. Joseph. Any discussion? Any opposition? Motion passes. We need a motion for Keystone of Galvez, second filing, Palmstone Avenue.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Joseph, second by Mr. Lambert. Any opposition? Any further discussion? Motion passes. We'll need a motion for Keystone of Galvez, third filing, Keystone Boulevard.
So moved.
We have a motion by
Second.
Mr. Lambert, second by Ms. Cazzo. Any discussion? Any opposition? Motion passes. Need a motion for Keystone of Galvez, third filing, Timberstone Drive.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Lambert, second by Ms. Cazzo. Any discussion? Any opposition? Motion passes. We need a motion for Keystone of Galvez, third filing, Yellowstone Avenue.
Motion.
We have a motion by Mr. Joseph,
Second.
second by Mr. Lambert. Any discussion? Any opposition? Motion passes. Need a final motion for Keystone of Galvez, third filing for Lakestone Drive.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion by
Second.
Mr. Lambert, second by Ms. Cazzo. Any discussion? I got some discussion on the last one. So everything's good. We clear with these and we have extended our everything is good on them from what we had before.
Randy, I'm gonna go back to, our two engineers met, they came up with a fix, that fix was put in place. It seems like everything's working. The seal, that they had to seal between the curb and the asphalt, is not breaking loose, it's in place, it looks good. This, second filing, they got one lot left to build a house on.
So
And
it's
it
about-
looked like a lot of the, driveways have helped hold it in place where it's not gonna move any further. I mean, we can only go by what they
Sure.
fixed, and it looks like it's holding up real well. They probably got about 50 or 60 lots left in the third filing, but so far, the fix that they came up with seems to be in place and working good.
But we have extended bonds on these?
No, they run.
They're
this-
running out next month.
Like I said, we had a 2-year bond placed on second filing when it first came in effect.
Yeah.
They rolled that over, and it went 3 years, and on the third filing, there was a 1-year bond placed on it, and it rolled over. We watched it for 2 years after they got that fix. Well, when the fix was put in, we watched them each for a year,
Yeah.
and they seem to be holding up pretty good now.
Thank you, Ricky.
All right.
Appreciate it. Any further discussion? Any opposition? Motion passes.
Motion to adjourn.
So a motion by Ms. Cazzo to adjourn, a second by Mr. Todd Lambert. Any discussion? Any opposition? I want to thank the Boy Scouts of Troop 769. I was a member of that too many years ago. Y'all keep up the good work. One day you guys will be sitting up here. Thank you very much. We are adjourned.